Good morning and welcome to the chaos. It is Monday morning, start of a new vlog of prep for GalaxyCon. This will be the, I think, fourth one in this series. I think. I currently have this that I started working on yesterday. This is the legs for the Willow, the unicorn pattern by, I want to say Snuggle Beans, but I'm going to have to look it up to know for sure because sometimes I get mixed up. So I have the 4 legs made, and then next you start the body and then attach the legs to the body. But this is the burnout blanket, burnout baby blanket in the color mango, I think. Let's see, I got it right here. Melon. Burnout baby blanket in the color melon, and it is the thicker burnout. So you can kind of look and tell it's a little bit denser, I guess. It's still soft. Like, it has a nice, like, buttery texture to the yarn, but the yarn itself is really dense and thick and harder to work with. So I'm not going to work on this right now. This will probably be one of those that I pick up and put down several times throughout the week while I'm finishing it, because I can't work on it for too long at a time or it really hurts my hands. I saw the colors pulled out for some possums in this big bag over here, but I'm not really feeling possums right now. And I've already got 2 of the big ones and 2 of the mini ones. And I think that's enough for now. I don't know if I really want to take a ton of possums to GalaxyCon. I mostly made them for the little night market that I have later this week. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to take things like possums or if I'm going to stick with more like con related things yet. I haven't decided. But I think what I am going to do is go out and trade out the possum colors for the skein of what is it called? Crystal Ocean, I think, of the mystical, the burnout mystical. It's that rich blue color. And I'm going to see how many Stardew Valley chickens I can get out of it. Not the Mabel chicken style, but I got the pattern from the Celestial Homebody, and I'm going to use her pattern because it has a little bit of a tail and a little bit of a neck. It looks more like a chicken. So see how many of those I can get out of that. And we'll put this away for right now and work on this later. And I will check in with you guys a little bit later. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I did not record anything yesterday. I had every intention to, but I let the day get away from me and got super busy and just didn't do it. So I'm going to show you what I did on Monday first, and then we can talk about what I did yesterday. Pulling everything out of my little bag. So Monday morning, the only thing I crocheted was chickens. I used the Celestial Homebody's chicken pattern to make Stardew Valley chickens with the Bernat Mystical in Crystal Ocean. And then the comb is the Big Twist Posh purple color. I can't remember what that color is called right now, but it's like the perfect purple. So we have chickens, and I did a little Instagram reel to see how many of these I could get out of one skein of the mystical. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I still have a small ball of the mystical left, not enough for another chicken, but too much to add to the snake. So I need to figure out what I'm going to do with that. I may just wind up setting it aside with the other skein that I have of this and putting it together to do more chickens after these sell. Because when I ordered it, I had to get it on Amazon because Michael's doesn't carry this particular color. So when I ordered it from Amazon, it only comes in 2 packs. So I have 2 skeins, or had 2 skeins. One skein is now 5 chickens. So that was Monday morning. And then the rest of Monday, I did not have time to crochet. I had other work I had to do. It was a very busy day. So yesterday, Tuesday, I started off with an axolotl, and I wound up unintentionally. Let me start over. I used this burlap baby blanket frosting in the color Very Berry, and I had purchased this color specifically for axolotls, and I have a blue one. I think it's called Seaside. That's the other frosting that I have for blue axolotls. It's my favorite yarn for making axolotls, and they sell every time I make them. So I purchased that specifically for axolotls. So that's what I started with yesterday, and here's the first one. And I did popcorn stitches for the feet. I watched a video of Stacy Makes the other day, and she did popcorn stitches for the feet of one of her creatures, and I was like, those look so much better than baubles. Like, they stick out so much better. And like, I know the popcorn stitch. I've used it before in like clothing items. I just never considered putting it on a plushie. But it comes out looking really good because of the way it pops out so much more. So I think that's gonna go into my rotation of things that I can do to kind of help things look a little better. So I made the axolotl, and then I thought after I finished the axolotl, I thought, man, that would be really fun to do jellyfish in this color too. And I haven't done a jellyfish in a long, long time. And this is from Jenna's book. And the very next item in her book is her jellyfish, which I had actually never made her jellyfish. I always just freehanded them before. So then I made her jellyfish in this color, and I thought it turned out really, really cute. And I did some other things, and then I came back later and made another axolotl, and then I made another jellyfish. So I have 2 each now of the pink axolotls and the pink jellyfish. And then I still had some of the frosting color in the Very Berry left on that skein, but it wasn't enough to make, I didn't think anyway, and I still don't think, enough to make a jellyfish or an axolotl. So I started making a mini ditto, but I didn't get it finished. So here's where we are so far with the mini ditto. So I've got his 3 little bottom bumps, and I'm up near the top of his head where you'll section it off and finish off the 2 top bumps. And then I just need to make the arms. I do have another skein of this out in my shed, but I was up at like 1:30 in the morning making this ditto, and I was not going to go outside to grab a new skein of yarn at that point in time. So that's what I got done yesterday, and then I worked on some 3D prints, and I did some eyes, and I got them off to the post office, and I worked around the house, and I had my last Momco meeting. It was a very busy day. So today I think I'm going to take it a little easy, take it a little slower, and probably finish this ditto, and then maybe work some more on the My Little Pony that I started on Sunday, because I haven't touched her since then, and I really need to work on her some more this week. So far this week has been mostly $25 items. I do need to work some more on my big item, and then after that, I'll need to work on some more of the keychain sized items in order to keep up with my rotation. So that's my plan for today, and I will check in with y'all later. Well, happy Thursday. It is night market day. I am at the Earth's Bounty night market today. I'm all set up. I did a really minimal setup today. I'll show it to you here in a second. So it didn't take us very long to get it all set up. It's about 4:40 right now. Market officially starts at 5 and it goes till 8. So just a little bitty one. I've done this one last summer a lot and did decently. You know, nothing like huge, but pretty good, pretty decent for just a little 3-hour market. So it's hot out today though. It's 92. I'm hoping it cools off a little bit as the sun goes down, but we do have a bit of a breeze, which is nice. So I'm gonna turn it around. Let me show you the table. Hang on, it's gonna like skip a little bit while I turn it. Okay, so here's
my view from inside. You can see I did just the most minimal setup. So I have my bag charms on this grid right here. My new 3D print lightsaber pool noodles. And then I just did the $25 category and $15 category stuff. So here's the $25 stuff in these baskets. And $15 stuff over here in these baskets. Mostly I'm looking to kind of clear out. Here, I'll turn it back around. Mostly I'm looking to kind of clear out the kind of more random off the wall stuff that doesn't really match anything, to make room for the stuff I'm making specifically for GalaxyCon, so that it'll be a little bit more cohesive when I set up there. So that's your Thursday check-in for now. I will check in a little bit later into the market and let you know how it's going. See you later. Okay, so we are about halfway through the event and I have made 18 sales so far. It's been pretty steady, pretty busy, and there's more people coming in, so I'll check in a little bit later.
Hello and happy Friday. As you saw from the previous clips yesterday, I had a market, and I was able to get a couple of clips from the market itself, but then it got really busy and I didn't really even get a chance to sit down, let alone record anything, which is a fantastic problem to have. I'm not complaining at all. So I will have plenty to say about that market, some fun highlights, and breaking down that market, but that's going to be in its own video, so keep a lookout for that one. So, but that being said, I did not crochet anything yesterday because I was loading up for the market, driving. It was about an hour and a half away from my house, but it's close to where my parents live, so I was able to get there a little bit early, hang out at their house until it was time to actually go set up. And then afterward, I came back to their house and my mom fixed me some dinner. It was really nice. But then I didn't get home until like 11:30, I think, because it's such a long drive. And the market itself was from 5 to 8. So it was a nighttime market. But it was a great market. And I will have more information on that for you in its own video. Then what else happened yesterday? Oh, since I've spoken with you, I did work some more on the orange pony, My Little Pony plush. So I've got her body done. This is her body completely done, waiting for me to work on her head. Again, like I said before, this is that denser Bernat. It's still soft in its own way. It's like a buttery smooth texture. But it's denser, thicker, so it's a little bit harder to work with. So I have to kind of do it in small batches, or else my arm and my hands and wrist really start to hurt. So that's as far as I've gotten so far this week. I don't know if I'll finish her over the weekend, or if she'll be pushed into next week to complete then, because after I do her head, I'll still need to do her ears, and her horn, I believe, all in the same color. This one doesn't have wings. And then I'll need to go get another color for her mane and tail. And I'm still kind of figuring out in my mind how I want to do that, because her mane and tail is kind of like tied into a ponytail. So it's a little bit different than the design of the other ponies. And a cowboy hat. Those will probably go a little bit faster because I think the yellow that I have for her mane and tail is the newer formula Bernat. It's a little bit thinner, easier to work with. So probably next week will be when I complete that project. So that'll be part of next week's vlog. But also while I was at the market yesterday, my parents went to Ollie's to do a little bit of shopping, and they checked out the yarn wall for me because they just kind of keep an eye on it anytime they're in there for me. And they had a whole bunch of new colors and cakes and things up that I had not found yet. And it was on an even more reduced sale price than previously, and my parents had a coupon. So I just told them to get me 2 of every color that they had in the blanket yarn. So I'm going to do a little haul with you here of what they were able to pick up for me. And with their coupon and the sale, it wound up being $3.60 per skein, which if you know anything about Bernat, like you never find that price anywhere. So that I can have both hands, I'm going to clip my mic up here. I know it changes the sound quality and it makes my voice a little bit, I guess, more tinny. I don't really know when I'm not like holding it right here, but I kind of need both hands. Okay, so more of the Bernat Blanket Brights, which I already have some of this from a previous haul, but at $360 a skein. I mean, so this is Bernat Blanket Brights in Pixie Pink. So it's a nice hot pink color. And again, it's soft, it's buttery, but it's that thicker, denser stuff. So it just means any projects I work with it in are going to need to be done in pieces or with a larger size hook to kind of reduce the arm strain and fatigue. So 2 of these. And then I got 2 of the Bernat Blanket tie-dye-ish in Mossy Hills. And this has always been one of my favorite colors of the tie-dye-ish yarn. I've done frogs in this. I've done pickles in this. Dinosaurs. Just, I love this variegated green color. It's the colors are so pretty together because it's like a mint spring green and not so much like a deep foresty green. I just really like this. So 2 of these. And that's like newer formula. That's soft. And then 2, I think I have some of this color in a partial skein. I don't think I have any whole ones. So 2 of the Bernat Blanket in Purple Haze. I don't know if you can see. There's like tones of pink and mauve and gray and more neutral. So it's like a more muted purple, which is pretty, very pretty. This is an older formula, but the strand itself is thinner. So it may not bother me as much to crochet with. So 2 of those. Okay. And then where's the other one? Here it is. Bags got a little mixed up. 2 of the Misty Green, and I know I have at least, or Smoky Green. I know I have at least one of these, but again, greens are so useful for so many things, and with the price, I mean, it can't be beat. This one feels a little bit stiffer than this one right off the bat, but they're still both that slightly older formula. So again, workable, but may need to, take some precautions with it. But I really like this color. 2 of those. Okay. And then the last of the skeins, before I get into the cakes, is the Bernat Blanket Speckle in Typewriter. So this one is great for chickens, especially. It makes a really, really cute little chicken. I'm not sure what else I might use it for. This might be cute as like a loaf cat. I don't know. I'll have to think on it. Or cookies and cream cow. That would be fun to do like the accents and the spots in this and do a cookies and cream ice cream cow. There's an idea. Okay, so 2 of these, typewriter. Okay, so now we're getting into the cakes. These are all the Bernat Blanket ombre. And I love these because these are always so velvety soft. I've yet to find one of these. It is not just the deepest pleasure to work with. Oh, I should have him get more of this color. I love this color. Ocean teal ombre. Look at that. So I got 2 of these. So pretty. I love this teal color. I like using these especially for dragons so that it like changes color automatically as you're making the dragon or other like large projects like that. The ombre effect is a little bit weird with smaller projects because you tend to just, if it's small enough, you get the whole project out of just one of the shades. So that does get a little bit strange, but in like a really big, long project, these are great. So ocean teal, love it. I may have to go back and get more of that. I love this color. Okay, this color I know I have had. I think I still have one cake of this. So this is the Bernat Blanket Ombre
in eggplant. So the eggplant ombre. This one has a little bit of a more striking color change. You see how it has, and this one's, and they're wrapped up strange, but like, so we've got sort of a mauvey color to a lilac, and then this deep eggplant, and then a royal purple. So when it works up, it doesn't transition as smoothly, but I did make one dragon out of this, and she turned out really pretty. Um, but since this one doesn't transition as smoothly, the color changes are a little bit harsher. This may be one where I just make a lot of coordinating smaller patterns out of these colors. But I still love it. The yarn is so soft, and even individual, like even when you're just working with an individual color from the strand, you can see how it's kind of got like this speckled, like variegated look to just the one color. Like it's got like a texture to it. So it just is really nice to work with. And then the last color that I got for this haul, two of these, is the Bernat Ombre in Orange Crush. And this is really fun. This is a very bright, fun summer color. Um, so I don't know for sure. I know a dragon will be coming out of, I mean, I'll probably make a dragon out of each one of these, to be totally honest, and then figure out what to do with the other one. Um, but yeah, so that's my haul from Ollie's, and that's all the new stuff I have for you for so far. So today being Friday is going to be kind of end of the vlog, wrapping up the vlog. I may do a little bit more tomorrow too, but I also need to record that market video so that I can get it edited and out to you guys. I'm still kind of in that post market like brain haze. I've got everything unloaded. And I took up all of the $15 things that were left from the market that I am not particularly keen to take to GalaxyCon, and I posted them to my Palm Street account. So that's new. I got them all posted. They're all pending right now because my account's just brand new. So once they're all like officially up and posted, I'm going to work on maybe doing a Palm Street live. But I think I'm going to do something kind of laid back, like paint safety eyes with me kind of a video, and then just have the postings, have the listings there so people can go look at my shop while they're watching me paint safety eyes if they want to. And maybe every once in a while pull one up to auction. That's kind of my thought process right now. I don't have anything set in stone. So maybe next week after those listings have been approved, I'll work on doing something like that. Yeah, so today, I'm still, like, you can probably tell, I'm tired. My throat is a little bit sore. My voice is tired from talking to so many people yesterday. So today and tomorrow both are probably going to be a little bit more laid back. I may work on some more of the bag charm sized things, since I haven't worked on those at all yet this week. And I have some little Pokemon patterns that I want to try for those. I don't know if they'll be bag charms or if I'm going to make mystery Pokeballs, like on my 3D printer to put them in. I'll think on that, but I'll make the Pokemon first and then decide what I want to do with them after. So that's my update for now. If I do any more crocheting or whatever today, I'll try to check back in later, and if not, I will see you tomorrow for the final bit of the vlog. Bye.
Hello and happy Saturday, and this is the last clip of this vlog this week. So I know I said last night I might work on like bag charms because that was the only thing I hadn't really worked on yet this week, and I did not at all. But I did remember that I had brought in the blue color of the burnout baby blanket frosting that I wanted to make axolotls with. So I did grab those 2 more axolotls in the blue color. So now I've got 2 pinks and 2 blues in the frosting. And then I went ahead and also did 2 more jellyfish just to keep on the same pattern that I was going with the pinks. So I've got 2 each of these in pink and in blue for right now. So that's more $25 stuff. So that's basically all I've worked on this week is $25 stuff. And worked a little bit on that bigger pony that'll be a giant one. Then this morning I did manage to make one bag charm. This is by Beckmade Studio or Beck's Made Studio. I'm not sure which. But she has a whole pack of these little like keychain sized Pokemon buddies. So I made this in Posh, some of the Posh that I have left. So this is the size it comes out like that, which is just perfect for a bag charm. Bernat would be more of like a palm sized buddy, so would probably fit into more of like the little critter bin. So I do want to make the rest of this set and make little bag charms out of them. I don't know if I'll work on that today or just over the weekend. We are going camping for Memorial Day, so I'm going to go ahead and get this edited and up so you guys can have it tomorrow on regular schedule. And then when we come back from camping, I'll work on the market breakdown video and have that as a bonus midweek video. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested in how my market this past week went. And that's it. That's all I have for this week. So that's going to be the end of the vlog this time. Thanks for hanging out with me this far. And I'll see you in the next one.